model that you want to get into Trainz? Do you have an OC that you've always wanted to get into Trainz? Did someone model something for you, but they didn't put it into Trainz, and now you're sad? Well, this is the tutorial for you. This is my Locomotive export tutorial for Trainz 2019, Trainz A New Era. And it works in other versions of Trainz, but the content manager is different. You'll need, for this tutorial, your model. This is just a template model that I'm using for here. It doesn't have wheels or anything. Blender 2.79, and a version of Trainz Simulator. Okay, let's get started. First, we want to bake our object. So let's click the Tab button, A to select all, press U, and click Smart UV Project. Change these settings to 63, 0.01, and 1, and click OK. Now, over here, there's 3 dots. You just want to drag that over. Oh, wrong 3 dots. Whoops. The bottom one. Oh, never mind. It's not the ones either. I'm sorry. These ones, and just drag it over. Click the square at the bottom, and click UV/image editor. Now click down here, click New, click Name, and let's name it Body, for example. Body. But you can name it whatever. And uncheck Alpha. Now you want to click this, globe here. Click Ambient Occlusion, and set the samples rate to 21. Now, let's scroll over to the camera icon, and there's this bake section, and just click bake. And now, we wait until it's done. Once your baking is done, you will have all these colors filled in, and the blender icon down here will be normal. Now click over here, and click texture, so you can see the texture. And as you can see, once I click tab again, it looks much nicer. Now I'll click image, save as image. And over here, we change it from PNG to Tarja. And click save as image. Next, what we want to do is just close that app and save it, of course. Let's go into the side view. Now, Shift S, cursor to center. And let's add empty arrows. And if we scroll over to the square icon, the cube, whatever you want to call it, let's change it to A.Bog0. Now let's add another arrows, drag that over to the front, exactly the front. That's a little bit off. Here we go. And change that to A.lim back. No, front. Sorry. Let's add one more arrows. Make sure it's in the center. We'll add one more arrows. And we drag that all the way to the back. Oh, whoops. All the way to the back. And name that A.lim back. Now, these are your 3 attachment points that you're going to need for everything, whatever that is. Other attachment points include A.smoke0 for the puffing smoke, the chuff chuff chuff. A.whistle for the whistle smoke. A.driver and A.fireman for, well, I think you can guess that. Next, after we have that, we go to File, Export, and Trainz Mesh and Animation. Now, you might not have that plugin of Trainz Mesh and Animation, but all you need to know is that you can get it from the Welsh Engineers Trainz export video. It's very useful because, you need it. Yeah, .xml, click Export Trainz. Export finished successfully. Good. Now let's check the file area for the engine. Wherever you have it in your files is up to you, wherever you put it. Okay, now we have this IM file as well. Oh, crap, we forgot to do one thing. Funny me. So we go into the cylinder that we baked, and we get rid of all these textures, make a new one, set the diffuse to 1, and the specular to 0.1. textures, open body.tga, uncheck use alpha, and click map UV map. Now we export. Export Trainz. Export finished successfully. Okay, good. Now we want to check the IM file. This IM file is your main object file. And basically, we're going to open that mesh viewer, which will be linked in the description, so we can see if there's anything wrong with it. It doesn't matter about the textures, just see if there's anything wrong with the thing. But no, it seems that it's in the right place and it's not invisible. So we're all good. Now we open up Trainz, and we open an engine like Hillary Clinton, the email scandal engine. This is from ZeldaBoy14's Trainz site, and I use it as a base for my engines, as it's a really simply done engine, and I can edit it really well. So click Shift D to duplicate it. So just, crap, is it working? No, it didn't. That's great. Shift D, or no, Control D. One of those. I don't know which one worked. And we'll just wait for it to do its thing. Okay. Now we search a new asset. And we open up the newest asset, which it gave us its CUID number and everything. Show in Explorer. Now, let's right click and view a larger icon so I can see it better. And what we want to do is delete everything except the config file and the thumbnail file and the MyScript and SuperStub files. Also, you want to pay attention to what it's called. Hillary Clinton, the email scandal engine, baked 2010 complete. .im. Now that we've deleted all those files, they're gone and over with. We open up where we exported our engine into, and we open up the IM file, body, and body.texture. We right click, copy, right click, paste. Now we open up the config file, and we'll change the username to whatever we want our engine name to be. So mine is the Blue Skittle YouTube engine. Okay, now we'll just scroll down, and the mesh, which used to be that IM file, we change it to whatever we named our IM file. So in our case, it's LOL.im. Easy. Now we see these A.coupler A, A.coupler B, A.driver, A.fireman. We don't want those, as we never made them because we don't need to use them. So we just highlight it all and delete it. And also, it's the same with the smoke attachments. We didn't put any smoke attachments, but if you put smoke attachments, then you keep those in there so you can use them. And it goes chuff, 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 all the way to the moon. Now in bogeys, we haven't exported our bogey. We only have A.bog0. So this is a CUID for the invisible bogey. Let's make sure all the bogeys are invisible bogeys, just so in case. Now the CUID table, we don't have to change anything. Now, final thing, the horn sound. If we want to change that to, let's say, a Thomas whistle, for example. So let's find, there, see? Thomas's whistle 2012. What we do is select the horn sound, copy, Control-C, edit, find, Control-V it in there, and try to find wherever it is. And in its place, we will put the CUID of the Thomas whistle, for example. So right-click it, paste it in there, paste it in there, find next, and there's none other it. So that's good. And we can do that for any of the CUIDs. If you want the engine spec to be the fast engine spec, or the engine sound to be like a Thomas and the Magic Railroad one, what we need to do to fix that, grab the QID number, copy it, and delete it all the way to the top. Enter up QID number. That's all. Save. And let's try that once more. The Blue Skittle YouTube engine. There it is. Look at that. We just got our model in Trainz. Let's preview asset to make sure everything is fine and dandy. And look at that. There it is. It's our, well, it's not really an engine, but we did it. So there's how you export to Trainz. Goodbye.